Hello, my name's Jupiter Hadley, and today we're doing another version of Jupi Plays All the Games, this time with the Yaoi Game Jam. This was a 2-month-long game jam that was dedicated to making visual novels, in particular ones featuring male-identified characters in queer relationships. I'm playing all of the games entered this jam for a couple of minutes each because they are visual novels. Links to the individual games will be in the description so you can check them out yourself, and all my info will also be in the description. Thank you very much for watching and liking and commenting. We're playing Rehooked. There's nothing better than fishing to calm you down and appreciate life, they said. Frankly, that's a lot of crap, because I don't think I've been this pissed off in my entire life. I bought the right damn rod. I'm using the right damn bait. So what the hell am I doing wrong? Why aren't the fish biting? This is the right spot, isn't it? It's the river, like they said. Right. Second on the left and third on the right and straight ahead from the main street. Okay. Calm down, Jay. You can do it. Deep breath. The power's with you. Everything's just fine. Now, hook some bait, cast the rod, and... Nothing at all. I give up. That's basically me fishing. It takes far too long for a fish to get caught. I don't want to fish anymore. Stupid rod, stupid bait, stupid river. I just want to fish and appreciate life, but they'll never bite. You have to be patient to fish. You're scaring the fish. What? There aren't any fish to begin with. I tried catching them, but they wouldn't come. I've been at this for like 30 minutes. Just look at it. I've got the proper rod and the proper bait, I'm pretty sure. The old guy at the store promised me it'll all be right, and you're supposed to wait. Fish won't bite the moment you sink the lure in. Wait? Really? You serious? But see, I have this game, and you talk too much. Hook bait, cast rod, wait. That's how you fish. That doesn't really sound exciting. It's fishing. What do you expect? To be honest, I had no expectations. Hey, what are you sighing for? Don't you know that's rude? Rude. You talk too much. If you shut up, I'll teach you to fish. Wait, really? I just have to keep quiet? Easy as pie. I'm in. Let's do this. Yeah. Don't make me regret this. Don't worry. See, I can shut up. I'm doing it right now. Easy as cake. Hook the bait. Hooking the bait. Got it. Why is it not hooking? It's slipping away. Hold on, Jay. You were gonna be quiet. Quiet. Phew, I made it. Good. Cast the rod. Okay, casting the rod. Gotta stay loose. Relax. Keep feet apart. 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock. 2:45. Tourgette, twist, past the ducks. I'm a little teapot. Wind up and let him go. Perfectly done, if I say so. Right, now wait. Wait? But aren't you gonna teach me? And remember to shut up. Wait, they'll come. Hey, don't walk off. You haven't taught me, and you're gone. Really? Seriously? Wait. Fine, I'll give it a try. Friggin' fishing. Good for nothing fishes. Not even useful as a hobby. Sometime later. Ah, there you are. Man, I've been looking for you. You again. You're too noisy. Yeah, gonna scare away the fish and all, but hey, listen. The advice you gave me actually worked. I actually managed to catch something. Well, not technically caught something, but if my line didn't snap, I would have reeled it in, and it'd been huge. Record-breaking, I bet. Hey, what are you rolling your eyes for? Anyway, that aside, I wanted to thank ya for the advice. Actually helped me catch something, so here, a gift. I don't read fantasy. Oh, come on, we'd throw it away otherwise, and I've already read it a gazillion times. Besides, it's not really fantasy, it's a Bildungsroman? Then keep it if you enjoyed that much. Well, we're not actually supposed to take books home, even if they're about to be thrown out. Something about stealing from the library and such. You work at a library? That's surprising. People keep saying that. I don't know why. I look the part, don't I? That's not the issue. Whatever, it's not important anyway, but yeah, I'm a librarian. Very loud librarian. I've always loved books, so it seemed the natural choice. I see. This guy's a bit hard to read. So, what kind of work do you do? Police force. Just parking fines. Huh, so you're a police officer, huh? I thought you'd be a bit more, chatty, since you have to uphold the law and all that. A librarian shouldn't be chatty. Yeah, lots of people tell me I'm very chatty. Can't help it, though. Whenever it's quiet, I feel like I have to fill up the silence, Else I feel all sorts of uncomfortable, like now, when you're not talking, and I am, and you're just staring at the water. I'm fishing. I should be watching. And you should talk less. Scares the fish. You keep saying that, but do fish actually get scared because they hear us talking? Is there scientific evidence? Nothing that says talking has good effects. If you want to talk, at least whisper. Don't shout so much. Well, don't worry, I've come prepared, 'cause see, haha, I brought my rod as well. So I'll fish with you, and I'll try to be quiet. See, I brought a book with me so I can read when I'm being quiet. Can you believe they're going to throw this away? Such a waste. I thought you... No, forget it. You can shake your head and sigh all you want, but there's nothing wrong with having a good book. Damn it, I forgot his name. He'd probably get annoyed if I asked him, like whenever I ask Miss... Oh crap, I'm supposed to be at work today. You're gonna lose your job. Professional fisherman, it's time to add you to the list of people I admire. I am using the right bait and have the right rod. I'm quiet as can be, but for some reason, no fish. Nope. No Owen either, for that matter. Usually he'd be here by now. So now we know his name. It's a little frustrating. I thought we'd become friends. The least he could have done was tell me. Maybe I should give him my number. Damn it, man. Could have asked me for it. Well, it's not like he asks a lot. Guy is as passive as... Well, I don't know anything that's as passive. Maybe he's just not interested in other people? Could that be it? Maybe he's just... Wait. Is that a tug? Is my rod being tugged? Yes. I did it. From today onward, no longer Jay the librarian. I shall henceforth be known as Jay, who has serious difficulty reeling this one in. What the hell? Why is this so difficult? Why is it tugging so hard? Ah, damn you, stop struggling so hard. You're going to be my first catch, so stop resisting. Nah, it's no use. I'm doing something wrong. I must be. Damn it. Am I going to lose this one? Goodbye, first catch. I hardly knew ya. Eh? Put your weight into it. Owen, my hero, you came for me, and you're seriously too close to me. Now, not that that's important right now. And a heave, and a hoe, and you're totally doing this without me now. Here, your catch. Oh man, I actually caught something. What is it? Trout. And you can eat those? Those taste good. So you've eaten them before? Yeah, whenever I catch one. Well, I have no idea how to prepare trout. I can teach you. You would? Great. Though, there's one other thing I'd like you to do first. Could you, let go of me? It's getting a bit uncomfortable. Oh, sorry, didn't think about it. It's fine, it's not like I dislike it or anything, but after a while it just gets uncomfortable. I see, that's fine. I don't see anything about it that isn't fine. Anyway, I'd really like it if you teach me how to prepare trout. This librarian's quite interesting. He's very, very, very talkative. I feel like Owen, as a police officer, is going to be very guarded, so it'll be interesting learning more about him, because I feel like we know nothing about him other than he's a police officer and he likes fishing. But it should be an interesting story. Next. We're playing Reuniting Birth. This game is like PG-14, I think. But you can change it in settings to make it not 18 and plus, if I read that correctly. Alright. We don't need to change any settings. Over centuries, the Bureau of Division gathered many artifacts that originate from the heavenly plane and sealed them in the deep sleep. Many human lifetimes passed while the heavenly artifacts slept under the guard of I'm probably going to say this wrong. Unmoiji. Their powers suppressed, they wasted away. If their spirits could separate from their worldly forms, they would be reborn into their original forms. However, for some, the path to rebirth would be more troublesome. He felt them, fizzing out, disintegrating. In the atmosphere of the land of the night and fog, they would tumble flesh and bone and power. He felt a pulse. He licked his lips. I'll find you soon. It thrilled up his spine, and a moan caught in his throat. He would devour them, score the energy from their bones. It brought a flush to his cheeks, hot blood racing through his body. Jasuk. Ah. Are you feeling all right? You look a bit feverish. Papa touched Jazuk's cheek. Jazuk shivered a little from the feeling of his cold, gentle fingers. I'm fine, and hungry, so stop sneaking your chopsticks this way, Ma. What? You're letting these good mushrooms get all mushy. Papa placed his hand lightly on Jasuk's head. Good thing it's Friday. You can rest up tomorrow if you need to. Don't count on getting much sleep tonight. Jasuke's mouth twitched into a secretive smile. Hunting. Sword retreated into the solitude and quiet further in the recesses of Jusuk's mind. When he had energy, he always hated to wait while Jusuk went about his daily life. They were two souls in one body. One, a human boy who had been raised as a spoiled darling by his wealthy merchant couple. The other, an ancient sword who couldn't even remember his original name. Until a few years ago, Sword had been little more than a protective presence in Jasuke's body, sometimes communicating with Jasuke's subconscious. As Jasuke had grown older, his spiritual energy had increased, and with it, Sword's presence had become clearer. Sword's hunger had woken him to hunt, and let him understand how to increase their power. Sword didn't know what would happen as they kept growing stronger, but remaining hungry was unbearable. Jasuke loved hunting as well, and revealed it in a thrill and fun of that mysterious other plane, so they wouldn't give much thought to the future, enjoying what they had now. When the house was finally quiet of parents and servants, Sword rose back into Jasuke's consciousness. Boy. I know, I'm ready. Always at these times, Jasuke followed his favorite idol's style, swapping his typical clothes for something more feminine. His currently favorite outfit was a simple white dress and cute high clogs. Topped off with a long flowing wig and a dash of makeup, he became his alter ego, Sakurako. Sword spread his energy over the surface of Sakuro's body like a shell, and the god hand materialized around his left hand. It was simply a tool manifest from Sword's spirit to allow Sakurako to enter the other plane, where no human was meant to be able to reach. Sword didn't understand why it took the form of a chunky fingerless glove under Sakurako's influence, but Sakurako insisted it was stylish. With the god hand, I keep saying this name wrong and differently each time, Sakurako reached out his fingertips and felt for the particular strands of spiritual energy that would lead to the other plane, the land of fog and night. Sakurako still got nervous and queasy at this part, his human body revolting against the uncomfortable pressure of the changing atmosphere, despite being safe under Sword's protective aura. As they were passing over, Sword concentrated to find the newborn energy of his powerful artifact he had felt earlier, a bright warm spark in their belly. Sakurako caught the strand of energy in the god hand like a fishing line and followed it into the fog. When he began to see through the darkness and mist trails, there were blossoms drifting around them without a breeze. Overhead, glowing pale canopies of ancient cherries spread out, all covered in blossoms. Oh, they're flowering early. Sakurako looked around in wonder and delight. Focus. It's up ahead. Feel it. Inconspicuous and dark in the background of such beautiful trees lay a temple complex. Sakurako put his hand up to his chest, and Sword began to manifest into physical form, as though Sakurako were drawing a glowing sword from the center of his chest. Sword's spirit stretched and settled into a long, narrow-bladed sword. It would be unwieldy if they had to fight inside the temple buildings, but Sword always kept a changeable quality and could shrink if needed. A ringing vibration rose from the ground in front of them, and Sakurako reached through them. He cut down the bright clang of striking metal. At his feet lay a weak dagger, its core now split. Sword absorbed its meager energy within seconds. The other one's still around? Yeah, better hurry. This looks like the back of the building. Sakurako dashed over a stone path. The loud clack of his wooden clogs echoed through the courtyard. Stop. What? Sakurako fell against the side of the building to stop himself and peered around the corner. A classic carriage was waiting near the entrance, parked beside a small pavilion tent. Several masked attendants with lanterns and swords hanging at their sides stood between the pavilion and the steps of the rather dilapidated temple hall. Sword knew from the sudden prickling wave of warning in the air that they were facing one of the higher ranks of heavenly artifacts. They had arrived for the same reborn relic. This release of spiritual energy was a clear signal to stay out of their business. Well, this sounds interesting. A sword hunting other swords. And it's kind of, weird that, like, we're a human host that Sword decided to be a part of, and now we go into his world and we hunt down other swords and artifacts. I don't know, it seems really interesting, haunted artifacts. Next. We're playing That Bitter Taste. This game contains material that may be unsettling to some players, including explicit depiction of death, gore, and cannibalism. That's fine. When I was 10 years old, I saw my grandfather die. It was a strange moment. My whole family had gathered in his bedroom, keeping him company. I was small and would get in the way, so I stood near the corner and watched from a distance. But even though all those people were crowded around his bed, he turned and looked past all of them, straight at me. No one else seemed to notice it. Then he started to move. Everyone fussed over him and tried to get him to stay still, but he weakly swatted at their hands away, trying to get up. Then, as I watched his chest wobbling with feeble breaths, the air seemed to still suddenly. Everything froze. Then, just as suddenly, all the people's heads bowed, their hands quivered, and they let him go. Sighs and sobs slowly started to part the air, and time began to move again. My father, ever in a sound state of mind as I recall, started to direct everyone out of the room. I was small, and they couldn't really see me. I hid behind the door. As everyone filed out, I inched forward towards the limp hand hanging off the edge of the bed. I felt drawn towards it somehow. His empty eyes still looked at the place where I had been standing. I stepped up to him, took his warm limp hand in mine, and brought it towards my face. My father found me shortly after that, gnawing through the soft flesh of my grandfather's wrist. Awkward. I remember that moment vividly. It's one of the few that stands out from my childhood. My father wrenched me away, clearly startled, though still oddly calm. Excuses were made about my hysteria and upset, and I was whisked off. I think my family really believed the story about hysteria. Stranger things have happened, really, but still I never saw them again. Oh, that's sad. Okay. Thursday afternoon. Ah, shit. I like how he's in a weird, old-fashioned frame. That looks really cool. I started daydreaming again. I really gotta stop doing that. It's too easy to get sick from falling asleep in here. I don't really want to take a dirt nap with my guests. I glance down at the body on the table as the clock chimes the hour. It's getting pretty late. Just how long have I been standing here? I guess I'll finish inspecting this guy and then clean everything up for the evening. I shake myself awake again and start prodding around the body. I'll be cremating him tomorrow, so there's not too much work to be done. He's an older guy, maybe 60 or 70. His skin has that flabby earlobe feel of an old person for sure. Well, would you look at that? A pacemaker. It seems like getting sick was the least of my concerns. Really, it is so damn hard to tell me this stuff in advance. These things are like little crematory bombs. I fish around the tool tray for a scalpel and carefully slice open the skin over his chest. Even after all this time, the sight of that bright red still gives me the phantom feeling of my teeth biting through flesh. It's kind of interesting. I don't know. I don't want to be really harsh towards him. Interesting. It's interesting. Gross, but interesting somehow. That's probably a pretty good description of my whole job, actually. Gobs of fat and bright red blood and wriggling maggots. And the tugging feeling of small fibers tearing. Gross, but interesting. There's really nothing quite like it. And here's the pacemaker in the center of the little gore patch, like a shiny silver beetle latching onto leafy tissue. I carefully tug the little thing and its prongs free from the surrounding flesh and toss it into the refuse tray, and then put the flap of skin back in its place. I feel around some more for any other anomalies, but it seems the guy is in fairly good shape. No prosthetics or other implants, not even in the knees. I mop up. I never thought about that, having to take out the stuff that we've put in our bodies to help keep ourselves last longer. I mop up the blood seeping out of his chest with a towel and staple the edges together, then roll up the gurney. All right, you're good to go back in the fridge, sir. Dead bodies are quite heavy, so I've got some decent muscle from hefting them around. I can at least get most of them onto the gurneys by myself now. I wheel my guest over to his fridge and adjust the gurney to the appropriate height. Once everything is situated, I slide the platter inside and swing the door shut, clapping my hands together. Good night, sir. I hope you sleep well, 'cause tomorrow it's off to the ovens. I make sure everything's in place before heading off to clean up. Thursday evening. Soon to be at my home. Done with work for the day. I want a drink. I head over to my liquor cabinet. I think I have a little gin left. Looks like I was wrong. Damn, I really do want a drink tonight, though. I guess I can either go to the bar and get an overpriced drink or go to the convenience store and get an overpriced bottle. They're about the same distance and effort to get, so I can pick by that. What should I do? Let's go to the bar and treat myself. I'll restock tomorrow, I think. A trip to the bar sounds kind of nice. Well, shit, that startled me. Oh, it's Parker. Hello? Hey, Lane. Hey, what's up? I guess that was my phone. I was wondering if you want to hang out tonight. I've got nothing going on, right? Actually, I was just about to head to the bar. All right, I'll let you have your loner night then. Don't discredit the value of a loner night. I'm definitely not. It keeps you from getting too crabby when we're hanging out. We're still on for movie night Saturday, right? Yeah, I'll see you then. See you then. Darn, maybe I wanted to hang out with them. Now, where the hell did I put my coat? The virus. Okay. I see this place is as lively as ever. There's a decent amount of people, but it's still pretty sparse for a city bar. I grab one of the stools near the edge of the bar. What you're in the mood for today, Deathman? Do you have to call me that every time I come in, Mark? Do you have to ask me every time you come in, Deathman? All right. Quick glare, and what'll it be? The usual. Gin and tonic coming up. He lumbers off to get my drink, and I'm left to people watch. There's only one other guy in the bar. He's pretty old. I'm not actually sure if he's still breathing. And in the rest of the bar... Hey. What the hell? You snuck up on me. Okay. Haha, sorry about that. Didn't mean to. Sure. Hey, no need to look so hostile. I just want to chat. Believe me, you haven't even seen hostile. And don't just slide into the seat like you own the place. So you're gonna tell me your name or just take my chair? Oh? Are you expecting someone? Not particularly. Then what makes it your... All the chairs on this side of the bar are Deathman's. Those are the rules. Oh, he's raising an eyebrow at me. Too bad for you. I'm not gonna explain. Your gin and tonic? Thanks. 2 whole lime wedges. I'm living the high life now. You must be new to this bar, right? You're a regular then? More or less. I take a sip of my drink. He made it extra strong too. I'm really living the high life. So your name is? It's Thomas. Thomas. Have we met before, or are you bothering me for fun? I just thought you might want some company for the evening. I don't like that smile. You sound like a hooker. Oh, did you want me to be a hooker? Please, I could eat your scrawny ass for breakfast. Could you? I don't like that smile even more. Yes. Damn, it didn't even falter. Well, maybe we'll have to explore that avenue in the future. Not on your life. How about on my death then? I stopped in the middle of taking my drink and set the glass down. Okay, really, what do you want from me? Nothing much, I'm just interested in you. I mean, how could I not be interested in someone nicknamed Deathman? Okay, you've got me there. I've considered this extra strength drink payment for the trouble you've just given me, Mark. Fair enough, but you better start being interested in yourself soon, or I'm taking my drink to go. Ouch, that stings. Facial expressions are pretty good on this. Seems quite interesting. We are a cannibal as far as I know. So I wonder how that's gonna work out. Yeah. Because that's something I haven't ever played in a game. In a narrative game. Interesting. Next. We're playing Solancia Modern AU demo version. I probably said that all right. Maybe. Hopefully. It's like a witch over my... Okay. My werewolf person. The world we live in is blessed with alchemy, science, and magic. All of these things touch everything and everyone who live in this world. Humans, Satris, and any other humanoid can easily practice alchemy or science. But there is only one race that can conjure and manipulate magic. Witches. All witches are born with some form of magic they can create. It comes in many different forms. A sand-like mineral, a mucus-like membrane, a smoke, a smog, or mist, all very similar yet not quite the same. And finally, in what's considered to be the purest and rarest form, it flows like water, freely. Magic by itself has little potential, but when controlled, shaped, manipulated into something, it can become incredibly powerful. This looks adorable. There's a little witch. Mineral magic is the most common form of magic. It's not as concentrated as the others, yet it's one of the most easily manipulated. Many witches with this form of magic are glass blowers. They shape their magic into glass, gemstones, and just about anything else. Objects made from this type of magic are easy for non-witches to use, and are often the building blocks to help manipulate other forms of magic. Ew. Mucus magic is the second most common form of magic. It is most commonly used for healing. It's not as easily manipulated into objects as the other magics, but can be used in many ways regardless. Ointments to heal a wound instantly, fuel for a vehicle, or something as common as hair dye. There's countless medicines and remedies that have come from witches with this form of magic. Alright. Smoke, smog, or mist magic is the third most common form of magic. Witches with this type of magic insist you know the difference between smoke, smog, and mist. Their forms are very similar, yet some are more pure than the last. Regardless, this type of magic has been known to help those with breathing problems. It's also part of the magic of broomsticks, illusions, and even some older radios. This magic has been known to be compressed as well into incense. And finally, water. These witches look so cute. Magic in its purest and rarest form flows like water. This magic is most often easily turned into potions. The potion effects can range from cosmetic to permanent, good to bad, or simply just to help with a cold. Potions have an almost unlimited potential. Not only that, but witches with this form of magic can fix wells, purify water, and sometimes even call forth rainfall from their fingertips. Truly, witches with this form of magic hold something incredible. Even though the magics are classified by purity, no one magic is better than the last. Witches can slightly alter the consistency and color of their magic as it appears from them. But the type of magic they hold within them will never change. The potential of each witch is what determines the strength and creativity of their magics and its products. As such, emotions tie in greatly to a witch's abilities with their magic. Centuries ago, witches used to believe that only with strict emotional training and neutrality could a witch be at their strongest, but a few great witches proven this to be otherwise. Nowadays, witches freely express themselves, letting their magic fly off them however they like. Emotions and magic are in harmony, though of course it's not always the case. As such, magic was not an art that started with all of its possibilities unlocked. Witches have worked hard for millennia to find new ways to use their magic. The world now is built on hard work of witches before us, and we are still finding new and amazing ways to share our magic with the world. The witches of the past continue to amaze and astonish us with their accomplishments. Who knows what wonders the past still has to offer us? This game looks so cool. I just like the slow fadeaways and stuff. Only time will tell. The air is hot and sticky as Sal wakes up late for work. He doesn't realize it until he turns his phone on and sees he's forgotten to set an alarm. Quickly, Sal shoves on his hoodie and pants, not even bothering to check his hair or face. His hooves clack loudly against the cement sidewalk as he hurries to work. Cursing at himself, Sal's eyes are glued to his phone as he rushes to work, and so, of course, he doesn't see that he's about to collide with someone on their bike. Hey, what? Ooh. Stuff's happening. Oh, you hurt the witch. But now you're friends. Maybe. What? What was that? Sal's ears are ringing slightly as him and the person he crashed into both get up. Great way to look where you're going, asshole. Me? And what about you? It seems like a fight is going to break out, but suddenly the person stops everything. Do I know you? Sal wonders if it's someone he doesn't remember owing money to, so he plays it like he usually does. Sorry, pal, I don't think so. The stranger looks lost in thought for a moment. Sal glances back at his phone, noticing several angry texts from his manager. Listen, I gotta go. Sorry about crashing into you, but wait, hold on. I'm really sure I know you. The stranger pauses for a moment. That's it. From a past life. I know you from a past life. I'm sure of it. Excuse me? The sudden confession from the stranger is absolutely unbelievable. Sal wonders what he did to deserve something like this today. I'm already late for work, and now this. Hey now. I know how crazy I'm sounding, but when I look at you, I can sense something. Is this really happening? I'm a witch, you know. Yeah, I know. It was obvious by the hair color and dress of yours. I specialize in fortune telling and... Oh? Do you now? Who would have guessed? Hey, I'm being serious, you know. I think we may have been in love in a past life. Whoa. Trying to scam me and trying to pick me up, too? That's a new one. Hey, come on. You don't feel anything? You didn't see anything when we smashed together? Did I see something? Yeah, you did. My head was spinning when I hit him, so maybe I saw something. But how could he know that? It must have been some sort of trick witches play to get people to buy into their scams. What bullshit. No, I didn't see anything. And I'd appreciate it if you didn't ask again. Sure, I won't ask again. The tone the stranger takes with Sal suddenly sends a shiver down his spine. Whoa, what the hell? But in return, the stranger reaches into his pocket and pulls out a business card from his wallet. Do me a favor and come by my shop sometime, won't you? I'll give you a reading for free, and it'll give me a chance to prove to you what I'm saying isn't bullshit. Sal snatches the card out of the stranger's hand quickly. Sure, whatever. Sal doesn't give the witch time to respond before running off. Interesting. We found a long-lost love. Love the graphic style in this. It seems quite interesting with the different types of witches. I wonder what type of magic this witch will have. Probably more of the illusion kind. I wonder what he's going to conjure up from our past life next. We're playing Vera. Probably said that right. This wasn't where I planned to be. Zepa Nosrepzek Exen. Yeah, Rudy. I don't know. Yeah. This is interesting. Any chance I can get in on a lower skilled job? The hardest stuff is killing me. But no. This really isn't where I belong. Leave now. Stay and see what happens. Oh wait, these are my options. Just leave. Could you? Yeah. Excuse me. Could you move, please? Okay. Weird demon language. Jeez, what's your problem? Mecha red road. Yeah. Need some help? Who's there? It's right. I'm here to help. My name's Adrian. Well, we can talk more later. Let's attack you. This looks really good. Guard. Next to snowstorm. Fight. Special. Rapid fire. Demon. Fight. That was weird. There we go. Fight. It's like being weird about the fact that I'm like selecting stuff. It seems. I don't think I have enough stuff left. So I'll guard myself. Shoot him. Attack. Chop him. She's got like little axes. Chop. Just miss. Snowstorm again. My friend's kind of hurt now. That's definitely my fault. I kind of killed my partner. I wasn't paying attention to her health. Stabbing. You need to die, assassin thing. I should have just stayed. There we go. At least it gives us a whole lot of health when we heal. Keep shooting him. Oh, miss. Little stab. Yay! Alright. He melted into the ground. Jason's party is victorious. Jason's now level 2. Save game. Sure. Very nice. Well, I don't usually fight very often, but thanks, I guess. Yes, I suppose there's that too. I don't believe I got a name. Adrian's armor looks really badass. It's Jason. Nice to meet you, Jason. You're not really from around here, are you? Is it really that obvious? Typically, people know better than to pick a fight with any demon. You should be glad that only one wanted to kill you. Okay. Adrian, where did everyone else go? They ran, of course. Demon fights can get particularly intense and rarely end well, so people usually just avoid them when possible. Aklar Adrian. Yeah. I guess I'm up. This path is unfinished. There is much more to be told. Oh, I guess that's the end of that way. So I guess if you decided to stay, there's a different path. This game isn't quite finished yet, obviously, but it's a really good start. I'm curious who this other character is and why they helped me when people normally run. The graphics look really nice. Specifically, the characters look really awesome. Next. We're checking out Esta USB. This means and this USB. I think this game is only in Spanish, so I don't think we'll be able to actually play it. However, the graphics look really nice to it. I can read you what Google Translate told me the game meant on the page. It says, and this USB, this is a guy named Gene who finds a USB by coincidence. He and his friend Vec looking for the owner, but before they decide to see what secrets are on the USB, they encounter something completely surprising that capsized Gene's life, discovering secrets and making important decisions. So this is a demo version. I guess we find a mysterious USB and then we try to figure out what to do with it. Oh, look at how cute their faces are. And then we try to figure out what to do with it. This is like a little conversation between us two. I like the little anime, like, avatar heads it looks like. Estoy solo unas minutos más. Yeah. I know a little bit of Spanish, but not enough to actually translate it. It seems like an interesting game, though. If you can speak Spanish, this might be one for you. Next. We're playing A equals D, and then like the about symbol, less than 3. It's like a dick icon, and then a heart, I think. Probably that's what they were going for. It's an 18 and plus twine game. Math class today sucks. They didn't get your usual seat in the lecture hall, and the guy sitting in front of you is way too tall. Not only are you unable to take down notes, your stomach is growling loudly. You wish you didn't skip breakfast out of the sheer laziness this morning. The professor drones on as you attempt to write down everything she's saying, which more or less results in an abstract interpretation of the situation, of the shitstorm brewing in your head. The worst part of all is that this is the one section you have no idea about. You need these notes badly. Sadly, it looks like you won't be able to acquire them unless you ask another classmate for help. Right. You spent this morning grumbling and slapping your phone alarm to snooze instead of being a responsible 19-year-old and preparing for the day. Your reason being, you accidentally walked in on your roommate and his girlfriend getting it on. You turned and shut the door as soon as you saw them, but the very thought of heterosexuals doing the do made you feel sick. Hence the 3-hour-long shower, going to sleep with damp hair, and the subsequent waking up and not wanting to go outside ever again. But enough about that. Back to the dismal reality of now. You look at the student sitting next to you. The dude sitting to your right, he's a half-head taller than you with broad shoulders, unkempt brown locks and a small beard, and a lackadaisy semi-grin on his face. Upon further inspection, he's also wearing earbuds, which just about confirms this guy simply does not give a fuck about the lecture. You figure he's either overconfident about this section or has given up completely on the class. You're not sure which one. You look around and consider your options. The dude sitting to your right, so the dude with the earbuds in, has one of those cheap Sudoku booklets open, and instead of listening to the lecture, you highly suspect he's fucking around. Meanwhile, the guy to your left is diligently taking notes. He seems to be struggling to understand the concept as well, but at least he gets points for effort. The rest of your neighbors look too intimidating for you to ask. The guy to your left, he's just an inch or so shorter than you and looks as if he has money flying out of his ass. His hair is perfectly styled, his physique slim, his eyes drop dead gorgeous. His faint scent of cologne tickles your senses. You quite fancy what he's wearing, but resist the urge to inhale more of it because that'd be fucking weird. Alright, so you're stuck with your two candidates. Oh, sorry. It's not ideal for smooching notes off of. You keep them in mind as you redirect your focus to listening to the professor. It's the least you can do, and hopefully something inside your brain will connect the dots. Maybe. You lean back and groan silently. And that's a wrap, the professor announced at last. Tomorrow there'll be a short quiz to see if everyone understands. God, no. Why? It's only Monday, but you're ready for the pressure of a week-long workload weighing on your shoulders like a boulder. You shove your notebook and pencils into your backpack and ponder to ask Mr. Sudoku Boy or Mr. Hanson for their notes. Well, Hanson probably has the better notes. He's packing up his things all too fast, and before you can process what your body is doing, you place your hand on his. For a split second, your eyes meet and your hand is getting clammy and damp, and he's hot and you're sweating. You swear he's on the verge of tears. Shit, no, don't do that. Can I help you? He whispers. Let me borrow your notes. You end up screaming at the poor child. You're causing a scene. It's horrible. You're horrible. It's time to release the fish you caught back in the ocean so you can drown in misery. You fucking horrible, terrible human. I suppose so. Let go of my hand first. You manage to resurrect your hand from the temporary rigor mortis you were suffering from just a few seconds ago. The two of you awkwardly fall back into silence as you begin packing up your things. Would you like to pick up lunch at the cafe, he offers. Shit, still moving too fast for you, but you say yes anyway. Wow, I feel like I should just go back and ask the other guy. That was quite the ordeal. You follow him like a lost puppy as he leads you to a fancy cafe on campus you can never afford the luxury of. He opens the door for you, and the overwhelming scent of freshly brewed gourmet coffee hits you like a tidal wave. It's luring, just like him. I'm sorry, I never quite got your name. I'm Quentin, he says calmly. Pleasure me, you reply. It's all too late when you realize that didn't come out right. Quentin's face converts into complete horror, and the patrons nearby shoot you judging the glares. I mean, the pleasure to meet you. The pleasure is mine? You stutter in vain attempt to correct yourself. I'm Tristan. Tristan, that's my name. It feels as if centuries pass before Quentin nods his head and tries to take a stride. You inhale sharply and resist the urge to turn and run away, despite your brain telling you he's probably not going to help you at this point. You hang your head low as the both of you walk up to the register to order. Quentin turns to you and says, since I invited you here, lunch is on me. Feel free to have what you like. You stare blankly at the menu. This is not going well at all. You can never understand why cafes had their menus in such small, slim font or colors that match the background too much. Squinting harder, you manage to read a few of the choices available to you. Final week blend, 50 shades of all grey, spinach, feta, empanada. I'll have the spinach, feta, empanada, please, you say. The edges of Quentin's lips curve into a fond smile as he pays for both of you. Once the food is ready, you sit down at a table in the far corner of the cafe. You're still a bit self-conscious after your social fuck-up, but your companion is all too ready to forget what happened. He pulls out his notebook, so pristine, and slides it towards you. I wasn't able to write everything verbatim, so I'm sorry if some of my notes don't make any sense. I'll try to explain them to you. You tentatively flip the book open to see the neatest cursive you've ever laid your eyes on. The notes are so organized and alliterative that you almost start to cry, but you don't because that's pretty fucking weird too. You idly thumb the next page. Oh wait, no, we're not going to cry. Ooh, sorry, I keep scrolling it down with my mouse and going far too far. You idly thumb to the next page. Are my notes readable? Quentin asks. Huh? Oh yeah, of course, you stammer out. They're almost as perfect as you shit fuck no. Too fucking late. The fear in his eyes, the fear that you fear because you're afraid. Fuck if that even makes sense. He fakes a cough. Thank you, Tristan. Your mind kind of shuts down as Quentin begins talking about what's in his notes. That's weird. I feel like I'm the awkwardest person on the face of Earth just saying stuff without even a filter. He must be really attractive or something. Seems like an interesting game. Math. Next. We're playing Puri Puri, which is only in Spanish. La dicha. Hoy es un día tranquilo, no tendo un preocupa me a la escuna de trabajo. Yeah, so I'm going to read you what this game is about in English. This game in which you embody the character of Taida Uchikushi, a boy of 21 years old. He's quite lazy. Who spends all day watching cartoons and playing video games. One day, his mother decides to try to get him to look for a job for his fate. A coworker needs to take care of a son called Puri Puri. Tai reluctantly accepts of the condition. He will only babysit for 2 weeks. Can you take good care of Puri Puri? Come to emphasize with him. Your mother will no longer call it vague. Why do you have so many questions? All this will be resolved as you choose. Well, all but the last question. So basically, we're a lazy kid who's, 21-year-old, who's looking for a job. And our mom finds us a job babysitting some kid. So it's about our relationship with that kid, I think. It sounds like an interesting game. Unfortunately, it is all in Spanish. Must be my mom. Avoy. Todos. I know, some of these words. It's kind of weird. Alright, so, yeah, we need to do stuff with our life, I guess. We look quite interesting. I like the color of our hair and how it's got beads in it. Alright, don't seem very happy with my mom, probably because she's trying to get me to get a job. There's, options. All these options. That's fine. Alright, did I end up restarting? I feel like I might have restarted. No, I haven't. Okay. Seems like it could be an interesting story. I wonder what it is about this child, I guess. He's 16 by the looks of it, Puri Puri. I wonder if we'll end up being friends with them. Apparently it's quite complete, so that's nice. Next. We're playing Charming Monsters. We are all afraid of the dark when we are a child. Or, I should say, we are afraid of the things that hide in the darkness. Being afraid of monsters is such a childish thing, right? I mean, of course adults also fear monsters, but it's a different kind. Only kids are afraid of something hiding under the bed or inside the closet. The worst that can come out of there is a dust bunny, after all. Or at least, that's the case for most kids. As I grew up, I wasn't that lucky. All too often I would hear noises in the middle of the night, and open my eyes to truly terrifying sights. Long claws, glowing eyes, sharp teeth grinning maliciously at me. Ah! Hey there, cutie. What the hell, Sydney? You almost gave me a heart attack. Sorry, Noel. Let me make up for it. With my body. That was quite fast. Sydney, get off me. Come on, I promise I'll be really good to you. I've told you a million times I'm not going to sleep with you. Maybe tonight you'll change your mind? I haven't changed my mind in the last 4 months. I don't plan on it anytime soon. Not as long as you keep jumping me in my sleep, you creep. Come on, Noel, just a little bit. Oh, wow. Oh, damn. Thanks for helping me, Simon. This idiot doesn't know the meaning of no. Think nothing of it, no. My apologies for not keeping a better eye on him. If I kept him under a shorter leash, he wouldn't sneak up on you so often. Hey, you should be apologizing to me. Apologize to you. And why exactly should I apologize to you? You are the one that assaulted Noel. For the 126th time, to be exact. That's not true. I was just showing him affection. So stop getting in my way every single time. Guys, stop arguing. I'm tired of you always bringing your fights here. What? Look what you did now. You made Noel mad, you lump of coal. Actually, he's saying it's your fault, you know. What? Okay, now you asked for it. There they go again. It's kind of sad that I get used to this. Noel watched the two monsters started to fight right there in the middle of his bedroom. It was a real wonder that his parents had never heard them, with how loud they were and how often they caused such a mess. It really made Noel ask himself if his parents were blissfully unaware or they're pretending for their sanity's sake. To be honest, Noel would like to pretend this didn't happen every odd day. At this pace, he was going to get gray hairs, and he was barely 21. I'm gonna kill you, you shady bastard. Considering how you always come out defeated, I very much doubt it. The med student sat down in his bed, completely ignoring the two now rolling on the floor in a mess of limbs, shadows, and the occasional tentacle. He remembered how he used to be so scared of them. Hard to believe it had been more than 15 years since the first time he met Sydney and Simon. Yet the memory was still fresh in his head. Back then, he'd been just like any other child, truly believing that monsters in the closet were real and that shadows could grab him and drag him away from his home forever. So he hadn't questioned it much when one late night, Sydney popped out of the closet and thought not to scare him. No, Sydney's intentions had been quite different, and perhaps that's why Noel had allowed him to stay. After all, a monster stopped being scary when instead of eating you, they just wanted to play. Oh, what a stupid mistake that had been. Ah, my eye, give it back. You will not need it when you are 6 feet under. It had been fun for a few years, especially once Simon showed up playing control damage to Sydney's craziness. It had been fun, yeah, and for many years they had been Noel's best friends. At least until Sydney decided a few months ago Noel was cute and old enough for a different kind of game. Noel would have never figured out monsters were into humans, male humans to boot. Not that he should judge, seeing as he swung both ways, but at least he kept it in his own species. Thank God for Simon being there to keep the redhead horn ball at bay. But Noel did miss the old times when they could just play and have fun innocently. Noel. What? Ha, you were spacing out again. Whose fault is that? Are you two done using my room like a boxing ring? I'm sorry, Noel. Hey now, what's with the pout? Don't go on playing cute when you're always causing Noel so much trouble. Oh, shut up, asshole. You want me to teach you another lesson? You too. Get the hell out of my room already. Oh, I'm a med student. I need to go to sleep. Now you got us kicked out again. You are aware that you had something to do with that too, right? What? That's not true. It was your fault. Why do you always have to try and get between me and Noel? Noel doesn't want no. Oh, so I'm Simon. Okay, Noel doesn't want anything with you. Noel's not meant for you. He's a good boy. He wouldn't be a good partner for you. How am I even supposed to take that? What do you mean? What I mean is that no matter how much you like him or he likes you, if he ever does, you wouldn't be able to be happy together, not the way you are right now. Shut up. What would you know? You can read the future, huh? Considering how long I've been by your side, I almost can when it concerns you. I'm pretty good at seeing your train wrecks coming. Fuck you. You can't know that. As long as there's love, it can work. No, it can't. You'll just end up hurt, Sydney. I don't want to see that happen again. Where is it coming from all of a sudden? Well, I figured I didn't want to hurt his feelings by telling him that Noel wasn't interested. It comes from me knowing you better than Noel will ever be able to. Because your relationship would only end in pain. No matter how much you wish for it to magically work, it would only end in disaster. Stop saying shit like that. I'd make it work because I care about him. I'm not saying you don't care about him. You seem to care a whole lot about all of the men and women you used to come back with, too. But how long did it take you to get bored of them? That's not the same at all. I was just playing. And that's all you know to do. Play childishly, fool around. You don't know how to have a real relationship, and even if you did, after all these years, you haven't changed a bit. You keep acting as if everything was the same back then. You treat Noel as if he were the same as us, and he is not, and you got to accept that. But back then, he's the only one that accepted me, even after I understand that, Sydney, and I get why you'd get so attracted to Noel after that. I'm grateful to him because he was able to help you in a way I couldn't back then. I wonder what Noel did, just playing with him maybe? This monster looks quite interesting. I very much like their outfit and their, eyebrows, I guess. That doesn't mean you can be together. I wonder if they are going to try to be together, if Noel will give in, or whatever, but it's not good to just assault him at random. Interesting. Next. Last but certainly not least, we're playing Heike Wants a Child. There were 2 other games in this jam that I couldn't play because they didn't have a playable build anywhere. Alright. Once upon a time in a country called Aria, there was a big castle, and in that castle lived the rulers of Altaria, Genevieve, the Mazu queen, and her wife, Bryony. They were the happiest of couples after the huge war in Aria involving the 4 species that reside there. After the war, Guinevere forgave her oldest best friend Heike for his wrongdoings and allowed him to be his boyfriend in the castle. Eventually, his boyfriend Largo promised the two would get married. It's been half a year since the two of them became married, and now... Sorry if I messed that up, it was just going so fast. Heike, what in the world are you doing? Oh, Largo, honey. Alright. Largo, dearest, I have the most important, most pressing question for you. Oh, and what might that be? Do you want to have a baby? Sure, let's do it. Hooray, now go out there to the orphanage and find us a nice boy or a girl or both. What? We're gonna have a child by adopting an orphan, obviously. Oh. What'd you think? Because I'm a lupus that I can just have kids like regular mammals? I mean, I'm a male lupus, Largo. I thought you knew... Wait a second. I know what you thought we were gonna do. You dirty, dirty dog. Yeah, but anyway, are you coming with me? Coming with you to the orphanage? Do you know what they'd do if I showed my face in that town? I used to be king, remember? Lupus king. Lupus? Yeah, lupus. I don't know. King. And most of my people lived there and ate humans. They'd try to burn me. Lupus. Well, some people know I married you, so they would burn me too. Tisk, Largo, my love. They will not burn you. I have my spies out there to protect you. And besides, you're human. I'm not. Fine, I'll go. Yeah, I love you, Largo. My little cuddle muffin. Heike. What? Oh, nothing. Pumpkin spice. Pumpkin spice? You remember last year I made pumpkin pie? Oh, that. I could not stop sneezing. Your sneezes are so cute. Oh, stop it, you. Gear up and find us a kid. Fine, fine. That's kind of sad that they can't come to pick out a kid with me. I wonder if I should try to convince them to come with me. Should I? Yes. Let's convince someone. Babe, can you come with me, please? I told you no. I want it to be a surprise. Alright. I see you're taking the queens with you. I'll only come to town to help if it's necessary. Alrighty. Let's find the queen. Alright, no one in there. Here's some people. Is there any way you can come to help me? Help you? Ha, I'm only going if my wife does. Well, alrighty. That was quite mean. I wonder what that story is. So what's up? Can you come help me get to town? Should I? I need your help so I don't get murdered on my way there. I'll only go if my wife does and you bring me 2 potions. They should be somewhere in this house. Alright? Man, it's a lot of effort just to get someone to come with me. Find potions now. Those all look like potions. More booze. Booze. Okay. I was hoping they were potions, but they don't seem to be. Is there anyone over here that wants to help? Doesn't seem like it. Damn, this is a big castle. Alright, some smaller rooms. Nothing really of importance. It's Rainy's crystal ball. She's quite the fortune teller. Alright. Hoping it would tell me where the potions are. Or how to make these people come with me. I don't want to die on the way there. Oh, this is like the top of the castle, maybe? Come with me, Scarecrow. So I wonder what happened while I was the king. Oh, while I was the king, I used to eat people. And yet I want a person to be my child. Sounds kind of dangerous, actually. This castle is far too big for me to find a potion in it. Nah, I think I'm just gonna go. Not sure where the wives are. I'm not sure where potions are. Wait, that's just a different part of the castle, maybe? No, we're outside. Now we're in some sort of maze. Some treasure there. Is this also part of the castle? Is this where the potions are hidden? Oh, there we go. To attack stuff. Bat emerged. We'll fight the bats. Alright, no damage. Yay. Seems like an interesting game. I wonder if he's gonna like the kid I pick or if I'm gonna have those issues trying to pick it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching and liking and commenting. Bye!